Hi guys, how are you? How are you? Sorry, I have very long arms. I've just realized this. I have what I call Big Ben arms. um, and I'm not a particularly long person, so yeah, it's funny. Hello, everybody. Welcome, my new subscribers. Thank you very much for subscribing. My name is Tessie. I have an interesting topic to talk about today. And apologies if I sound a bit low energy. I'm super tired. I've been doing a lot. It's been busy. My life has been crazy, fun, and hectic. And I'm just, yeah, this is my relaxing day. So apologies if I sound a bit dull. Um, but yeah, I have an interesting topic to talk about today. Today, I want to talk about something that I've noticed a lot. I don't think I've noticed it in real life as much because, well, we all know that online is just not offline. Online is just completely different. But essentially, I've noticed that anytime especially with black women, if black women talk about their standards in dating or their standards in what they want in a relationship or for a husband or even just for a partner, there are so many reactions, so many angry reactions, especially if this woman or these black women or whatever are perceived to have standards that are deemed too high based on how they look or some other nonsense like that, which is really weird because essentially you're basically saying that somebody can't really have standards for themselves unless it makes you happy, you a random person who has nothing to do with this person. That's strange to me. So yeah, I realized that, and a lot of this pushback comes from, it seems like it's coming from, I don't know, I don't really look at, podcasts and all of that. Like I have a life that I enjoy, so I don't need to escape into a podcast. But yeah, essentially it just seems like anytime a black woman mentions her, what she would like for her life or just any kind of standard, people just get really, really, really mad. And I don't think it's only black women that mention what they want in terms of a guy. I think there are plenty of women of other races that also talk about what they want online, but I feel it's really specifically black women who are met with such vitriol and frustration and anger, mostly from their counterparts, black men, but even just from other groups as well. And I find that interesting. And I mean, I don't really care, but it's a good topic for the video, right? But I find it interesting because actually, I feel personally, the only way for you to really get what you want in this life is to really just know what you want, first of all, and then just be kind of relentless with it. So, know what you want and then just be relentless with it and just because if you're going to go after something you don't want, if you're going to, you know, accept something that you don't want, then you're just going to end up unhappy. And it's really bizarre to me that people online think that their opinion on what you want for your life should matter when they don't even know who you are. These people have never met you before. Why would their opinions on your life have any effect on your outcomes? This is just my strange, it's just bizarre to me. You will talk about your standards and random people will really think that their opinion should have a direct impact on your standards or your life or your vision of your life for yourself. People really crave control over other people, and they think that somehow making these trying to impose their own standards onto somebody else will, give them a little bit of direct control over that person. It doesn't work that way. No one has ever been able to control what I want for myself. You can talk from now till you're blue in the face. It will never stop me from wanting what I want. And I've gotten what I want. I've got the outcomes that I want for myself. I've got the outcomes I want for myself. And I'm with somebody who loves me deeply, so deeply. I didn't even know it was possible for someone to love me as deeply. I mean, I've been loved, but this is on another level of love. It's crazy. He adores and cherishes me, wants to build a life with me, provides for me. And that's exactly what I wanted. And the only way I got what I wanted was by wanting what I wanted. I didn't get what I want by not wanting what I wanted. I wanted what I wanted and I got what I wanted. Um, and there's this mindset, this is why I'm so glad that I fully live in reality. I don't really care what anyone else does online or whatever. I'm not interested. I fully focus on reality and what I actually want for my outcomes. And I implore Black women to do the same thing. Listening to other people or being more interested in what other people think you should do for your life than your own standards and interests for yourself will always be a recipe for disaster. I'm talking like Hiroshima disaster in your life. It will always be a recipe for disaster because these people don't know who you are. They're not adding anything to your life. They've got nothing to do with what you want. They don't know why you've come to these certain standards in the first place. Everybody has their own reason for having the standards that they have for their life. I've just realized this. Everybody has their own reason. And these people who are telling you that your standards are too much or too little or blah, 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 they don't know why you have come to the decisions you've come to. You've come to the decisions you've come to because of various experiences that you've had in your life, right? Because the experiences shape who we are and eventually help us to lead and make decisions for our future selves. And it's just really strange that random people who have no impact in your life, who haven't contributed to your life in any way, would even try to think that they could suddenly change your standards just because they think you don't deserve that standard. And a lot of the reasons why they think you don't deserve that standard could be based on how you look according to them. But what does their opinion of how you look have anything to do with the opinion of what you want for yourself? It's really important that you separate these two things, because if you are able to look past all of that, you'll realize it doesn't really matter. It's not really important the more you think about it, because essentially, if you listen to people, you're allowing people who don't even know you to dictate how you see yourself your entire life, what you want for yourself. And that is just utter tragedy. That is tragedy. That is really, really sad. And on top of that, most of these people that will complain about your standards don't really have the best lives themselves. Like I wouldn't trade my life for anybody's life or anyone that I've seen complain about my standards. No, I wouldn't. I've got the most wonderful outcomes, like I've got someone that really, really I could literally say would give me the shirt off their back, would literally take a magazine of bullets for me, and a lot of the people that are complaining about your standards don't even have half of what they themselves want for themselves. They don't even have half of what they want. So people who can't even get what they want are mad that you are trying to make standards for yourself, especially as Black women, and they're mad that you're trying to get what you want because they can't get what they want. And I don't think it's right for anybody to be saying what people can or cannot get, because when has life ever operated on who deserves what? Life has never operated on that, because if life operated on the on the case of who deserves what, there are so many people that would have better outcomes in life just based on the kind of person that they are. But that's not how life operates. Life operates on you get this, you don't get this. If you want this, you try your best to get it. And at the end of the day, everybody has to try their best to get what they want. If they can get it, great. If they can't get it, great. Generally, I don't really care too much about other people's standards for themselves, because, I have only so much emotion and empathy, and I have only so much care to give. It's physically impossible for me, maybe for other people, but for my brain to care about too many people or the majority of people. I would shut down. It would be too difficult. It would be too stressful. And it would be incredibly, incredibly, incredibly exhausting. I have a set amount of people that I'm interested in and I care about, and everyone else is just there doing their thing. And I'm not really sure why random people's, especially Black women's, why random people and Black women's standards for themselves makes people so angry. I think it's because people buy into this whole, And especially black men, it makes black men really angry. And it's just, why are you so angry? Why are you so mad about this? You shouldn't really be mad about some random person who you've never really met and will never meet, you know? And okay, this reminds me of that girl. She made like a video on her standards. And I think her name was like Milka the Movement. She made a video on her standards and what she wanted for herself. And everyone just went nuts. Everyone was like, oh my God, you don't deserve to have these standards. You don't deserve to have these desires for yourself. But I mean, who are you to say what someone deserves? I could look at you and look at the things that you have in your life and say you don't deserve them, but that wouldn't make me right. You know, at the end of the day, you have what you have, you know? If you can get something, get it. If you can't get it, try again or get something else. It's as simple as that. You know, and I don't really understand why everyone was ragging on her, and everyone was just making so many reaction videos, and it was just like, why does this random black woman's standards upset you so much? Why does it matter? If you're not interested in this person, why are you stressing yourself and killing yourself and crying and being so angry? It's a waste of energy, you know, over someone who, you know, their standards aren't going to change just because you say they shouldn't have those standards. For me, just because someone says I'm this or that, it's not going to change anything I want for myself. You're not going to change anything about what I want for myself. You're not going to change anything. It's my life. I want what I want and I'll do as I want. And it's the same thing for other people. Other people will do as they want. They will desire as they wish. So why, especially black women, do people get mad? And I think it's really only just speaks about their own character and their own frustration. So in my opinion, a loser isn't someone who fails. A loser is someone who fails and gets mad at people who keep trying, even after they have failed themselves. Failure doesn't mean you're a loser. Everybody fails at some point, you know, but the goal is to keep trying. But a loser gets mad at other people even when they're trying continuously because they stopped trying themselves. Some of you cannot get what you want, but then you're mad at other people who are really trying to get what they want. How dare she have these standards for herself? How dare she want this for herself? What's stopping you from wanting what you want for yourself? There's absolutely nothing stopping you from wanting what you want for yourself. So why are you so mad that this person wants what they want for themselves? Just as you can want what you want for yourself, so can the other person. And if they get it, they get it. If they don't, they don't. But it's not something you need to be killing yourself and screaming and crying about. It's just ridiculous and a huge waste of energy. And I think majority of the videos that you see are just people complaining about other people wanting what they want or complaining about their standards, blah, blah, blah. How's that working out for you? How's that working out for you? Is it working out well for you? Has complaining about other people's standards gotten you what you want for yourself? It's just strange. It's just strange to me. It's strange and it's pointless and futile. And yeah, definitely, I don't think any black women should be, you know, I definitely think you should, if you have standards, just stick with them. If you know specifically this is what you want, if you ever need to adjust your standards at some point for any reason, go ahead and do that. But don't change your standards just because some random group of people who don't know you tell you to. You can't. There are literally people who are making decisions about their own dating standards for their own life based off what they see on videos. I mean, that is incredible for the internet and the online world and random people who you've not met to control you to such a degree that you allow yourself to be completely changed. You allow your mind and what you want for yourself to be completely changed by what random people who don't even know you, who wish they could get what they want and haven't gotten what they want, are saying. Guys, if I tell you how many times, sometimes I've had some people come, oh, you've gotten this, you've gotten that. How did you get this? How did you get that? Blah, blah, blah. Because I want what I want. And I don't make apologies for wanting what I want. I didn't come onto this earth to apologize to anybody for wanting what I want. And I feel like almost black women are made to almost feel like they should apologize for wanting what they want. And it's really weird because a lot of people, so like for instance, some of these standards aren't even like hugely crazy. So if a black woman says, oh, I want a guy with his own place, I want a guy with a car, or I want a guy with at least an apartment or a house, or a guy that has good hygiene. Oh my God, these are just basic things. And then you'll see people going, oh, this is terrible. How dare you have this terrible high standard? Goodness me gracious, this is a huge palaver. And people will be all over the place, furious. Sorry, but wanting someone that has a roof over their head isn't a big standard. That's just basic. Like everybody needs a roof over their head, otherwise you'd be homeless. So that's weird, number one. Wanting someone that has a car, at least has some sort of transportation, isn't weird too. That's also a mode of transportation is a normal thing. And also wanting a guy to be clean. I mean, you have to be clean as a human being in general. Just being clean is a good thing. So these are all really weird things. Wanting someone that has a good job. People will be like, oh, you have high standards. Really? Why is basic things seen as a high standard? It's so strange. Basic things are seen as a high standard in the black community. I don't know if it's in the black community or if it's just people who have suffered a long time in their life. Because the way people talk, it's like, have you actually had a good job and a career before? Because you're making it sound like having a career is the most incredibly difficult and hard things to do, and it's really not. It's just weird. It's just weird that this is mostly directed towards black women. I don't really care about what other groups of ladies get up to because I'm black. I'm not another race. So yeah, but it's just strange. It's just strange and it's just sad. And honestly, I don't really think. I mean, just look at the quality of people that respond to you when you talk about your dating standards. Look at the quality of people. There are people that you listen to and there are people that you don't listen to. And I think learning the difference between the two is incredibly important. Random people who are mad at you for your dating standards, they're not really people you really need to listen to. I mean, most of these people, their lives aren't that great anyway, so there's nothing to really take in there or emulate. The best thing you can do is to be true to who you are, because at the end of the day, if you change your standards and what you want just because of what someone else has said, you're going to be the only one that will suffer the consequences of going after something that you didn't want or accepting something that you never wanted in the first place. Nobody else will suffer the consequences for this but you. And when you start suffering the consequences for these things, people will blame you for suffering these consequences. They'll tell you, well, why did you accept this? You should have chosen better. But then when you try to choose better, people got mad at you for the standards that you have. And this is why you just have to ignore people and let them project whatever it is they're trying to project on you. And just continue to make the choices that you want to make, that you are very certain, you want for the life and, the kind of lifestyle that you want. That's all you need to do at the end of the day. If I had listened to what everybody said, or when I was young, when I was a kid, if I had listened to random things that random people said, I would not be engaged to a most wonderful man, who we are flying out to his home country. We're going to meet the rest of his family. I've just met his mum and we are super excited to start our lives together. That would not be the case. I would not have even had any of the relationships or any of the treatment that I've had, because I would be so focused on what other people are saying that I wouldn't even think about what I want. What you want is always more important than what random people who don't know you say. Please, I want you to repeat after this. Repeat after me. What you want for yourself in your life is always much more important than what random people say you should want for yourself and what random people say you deserve. What people say you deserve has nothing to do with what you want. That's their own projections, their own thoughts, but it doesn't have anything to do with your life and what you want and the outcomes you want. Simple. You know how you can be get what you want in this life, to stay hyper focused and not to be worried about what other people say you should or shouldn't want, especially Black women. So yeah, that's all I wanted to say today. It's a very strange and kind of sad. It's kind of sad to me. Sorry guys, I just have to walk around because I'm getting pins and needles and it's really unpleasant. But it's just kind of sad to me that, well, is it sad? I mean, no, not really. It doesn't really stop me from doing what I want, or, it doesn't stop me from wanting what I want and doing what I want. But I think it's sad for other women as well in general, and just people in general. It's just sad. It's really sad. So yeah, the only thing you can do is just ignore that and go on and just live your life. Live your life and, do your best to try and get the things that you want. That's it. That's all you can do. So yeah, that's all I have to say today, guys. I really appreciate you watching. I appreciate all the comments. I very much appreciate all the comments. I don't know if I'm gonna maybe sit down. Yeah, I appreciate all the comments, and yes, I appreciate everybody watching. Thank you very much for watching, and I'm just going to leave it at that. I don't have anything else to say. But yeah, thank you so much for subscribing and watching. And this doesn't just go for Black women. Honestly, I think it would go for anyone, any type of woman, any race of woman. Don't let someone tell you that you shouldn't get anything, because at the end of the day, there are tons of people who have stuff they don't deserve. This life is not about what you deserve. Otherwise this world would look incredibly different. Like, this world would look so different if this life was about what you deserve. It's about what you want and what you're willing to do to get what you want, and also it's about being focused on what you want. If you see the problem with people who get mad at other people's standards, you are so worried about what other people want for their lives. You're more focused on what other people want for their lives than what you want for your own life. I'm not interested in what other people want for their life, which is why I don't care when people are mad at what I want for my life, because you're more focused on what I'm doing on my life. I'm not focused on what you want for yourself. I remain focused on myself, but you're worried about what I want. And these kind of people are the people that get the most angry when it comes to standards, what a woman's standards, because you're too focused on what someone else wants. It's got nothing to do with you. Focus on what you want for your life and let the other person that wants what they want get what they want. If they get it, they get it. If they don't, they don't. Either way, it hasn't really affected your life. It hasn't added money to your bank account. It hasn't given you extra years on your lifespan. It hasn't changed you or made you, healthier or made you stronger or faster. It's just literally nothing to do with you or your life. So yes, that's all I have to say now. I'm truly done. I need to go and do some work. I've literally been lounging around all day and I've just not done anything because I'm just super low energy today. I'm super tired. It's just been one adventure after another with G, and I've just been at my sister's house, and then I've been at G's house, and then G just left here yesterday. Did he leave my house yesterday? Yeah, he just left my house yesterday. And, it's just a lot of planning, wedding planning, this and that. And it's just very stressful and tiring. So apologies if I seemed a little bit low energy today, guys. But yeah, never let someone tell you based on what you look like that you can't get a certain thing. Especially these people with no DPs. I can't take someone seriously if you don't have a picture on your, and you're saying the most stuff. Like, at least have the guts to be your authentic shitty self. Like, at least have that guts and have your profile picture up there. It's always people with no profile pictures. I've noticed this. People think that not having a profile picture makes their opinion more valid. And it doesn't. Your opinion is still irrelevant and valid. It's just that this time you don't have a picture attached to your irrelevant opinion. That's it. That's literally it. People think that if they don't have a picture on their DP, it makes their opinion more important. And your opinion is still not really important at all. and still doesn't really have an effect on what anyone wants or their standards for themselves. So yeah, more people should actually have the guts to have like a profile picture. If you're going to have an opinion and really think you can have some sort of indirect control over someone's life, at least try and have a picture to match your opinion. Just saying. Okay, that's what I have to say now. I am actually done. But thank you very much for watching. Take care. And I really hope you enjoy the video. So yeah, God bless. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye now.